think of when you hear Seminole County? An outstanding county. It's the second smallest in the state. But I was very excited to get the new U.S. Census from 2000, and I compared Seminole County with the state of Florida with the United States. And we were higher in both high school and college graduates. We were higher in per capita income and the median household income. So we do stand out. Even though we're small, we are mighty. But at this time, I would like to bring up someone that runs this county, that keeps us in line, that won't accept anything less. And I've got something a little bit special for him today when he comes up. So please put your hands together for our chairman, Chairman Darrell McLean. Darrell, you know, I was really thinking about it. We live in a different day than we did last year or the year before. And I thought, you know, what's the first thing that a community does if, God forbid, we had a current event or a terrorist attack or something? We have to protect our president, correct?
That's correct.
So I said, if anything were to occur here in Seminole County, what is the first thing that we need to do? We need to protect our chairman, since you run us. So I thought, oh, what are we going to do to protect him and make sure that beyond a shadow of a doubt, he is in perfect condition at all times? So we found it, the perfect item. Can you hold this?
Yeah, yes, please.
It's your very own cowboy hat, and it's officially made out of duct tape. You are protected. It looks very nice on you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our chairman.
Well, you know, it is indeed a real pleasure for me to have the opportunity to come before the business community of Seminole County and thank you personally in the chamber for helping us make Seminole County the greatest county in the state of Florida. And it's a really unique privilege for me to be a partner with the Seminole County Commission. You know, we are a family, and sometimes we don't always agree, but that's good. But in the end, we're all looking out for Seminole County's best interests, and I'd like to introduce my fellow commissioners to you that are here with us today. And I'll begin with Commissioner Dick Vanderwide. Dick, stand up, please. Next, I'd like to introduce our Commissioner Henley. Commissioner? Our Vice Chairman, Commissioner Malloy. Commissioner? And Commissioner Morris is not with us today, but he's with our very favorite governor, Governor Bush, on a trade mission to Spain, and I'm sure he's looking forward to bring more business here to Seminole County. You know, this has been a unique year for me. Over the last year, I've had quite a project, and that's building a new house. So I've been adding to the economic development of Seminole County, and you know, that's a pretty tough project, you know, trying to be your own subcontractor and going out there and cutting boards and nailing boards. And I had a great partner in that, and that was my wife, Barbara. Barbara, would you stand up? You know, Barbara did everything from sanding the trim to sealing it to carrying boards, and you know, she bought a new vase for the dining room table, so Barbara brought something for you to put in that. You know, this tradition started last year. We did this on Valentine's Day, and you know, I just couldn't resist doing it again. So my fellow commissioners, when you have your turn up here, I want you to remember to bring some flowers for your wife. You know, we had a real tragedy in this country a few weeks ago, and that was the loss of the spaceship Columbia. And I'd like to take a moment and have a moment of silent prayer for those individuals and their families. So if you'll bow your heads with me, please. You know, our hearts and prayers are with the families of all of those affected by the recent tragedy of the Space Shuttle Columbia, and I'm sure that our space system will get back in commission very shortly. Thank you. You know, over the past year, Seminole County government has continued our commitment to quality government, and remains the community of choice for families and businesses. And the components of a strong economy that we found are a sincere commitment to economic development and redevelopment, which has enhanced our ability to serve our community. And we must continue to build on this past success in the future, and we're committed to doing that. The county's economic development program was initiated in 1993, and our goals were to strengthen and recession-proof the Seminole County economy through business diversification and to attract higher wage jobs and to expand the non-residential tax base. And like last year, I'm here to tell you this program has continued to be a huge success, as evidenced by the tremendous high job wage growth and the low unemployment when we compare it to the state of Florida and the nation. Looking at our job growth during the past 2 decades, job growth in the county has outpaced the 4-county Orlando metropolitan service area. And our increase has been 4.3%. And within the Orlando MSA, Seminole has the largest post-9/11 gain with 1,445 net new jobs. And the unbelievable thing is with an average wage of $60,600. And you, the business community, have a lot to add to that, and we want to thank you. The service sector in Seminole County has outpaced all other sectors, adding 30,000 jobs over the past decade, with the leading occupations being professional and technical. Jobs and income here in Seminole County are important, as we all know, and unemployment for Seminole County in November of 2002 was only 4.7% compared to 5.2% for the state of Florida and 6% for the United States. Seminole County ranks second in Florida with a median household income of $48,182. And that is really something to have, a community like ours. And as you said, Diane, the Chamber has a lot to do with that. And our Economic Development Council, through many surveys, still shows Seminole County consistently ranks #1 in business climate here in the metro Orlando area. Since the establishment of the county's fund in 1995, 21 companies have been assisted in resulting in creating over 9,000 new jobs with an average wage of $37,000. And many of those companies are here with us today. And we want to thank you for coming and ask you to continue to grow and prosper, and Seminole County government is going to do whatever we can to assist you in that effort. Additional benefits from the JGI activity have been 16,000 spinoff jobs. You know, when we formed this program, we knew that bringing additional companies to follow large corporations that we incentivized would create those spinoff jobs, and it's been very successful. In fact, $260 million in capital investment and $21 million in new ad valorem taxes have been created by all of this effort. On the North I-4 corridor, where we are today, in the past decade, commercial space along the corridor has expanded from 5.2 million square feet to over 14 million square feet. And of course, this beautiful hotel that we're in today is part of that, and what a wonderful venue for us to hold this event. And I want to thank the management for providing this venue to us. During the same period, assessed property values have increased from $210 million to over $710 million, with an average growth rate of 12.5%. And Mr. Suber, you're doing a great job for us. We appreciate it. The area is now home to many of Florida's premier technology companies and will continue to be the destination of choice in the decade to come. In addition to our large employers, the county remains dedicated to assisting small business. Our commission knew that it was important to grow small business because small business is what makes America. And the county, in partnership with Seminole Community College and the Port Authority, has supported the Business Incubator Center located at the Port of Sanford. In 2002, the Small Business Development Center assisted 26 new business startups and helped 380 clients and raised over $1 million in capital. The newly added Technology Incubator graduated its first company, Brown Technologies, and assisted Brown's joint venture with Smart Biometrics, another Seminole County company, through the JGI efforts. The Seminole County Technology Business Incubator Center will be the undertaking a cooperative agreement with the University of Central Florida to bring additional companies to Seminole County this year. And in addition, the Orlando-Sanford Airport is currently constructing their incubator at the airport. And this is being funded through a $340,000 grant and supported with additional funding from the City of Sanford and Seminole County. And completion on that is also scheduled for this summer of this year. You know, we have a great airport, and we've got great leadership out there. The Orlando-Sanford International Airport has been able to benefit from a unique partnership. It's one of the very few airports that has private investment involved in it and having a management company operating that facility. In 2002, they served over 1.2 million passengers, and that's an increase from last year when most airports saw a reduction. In fact, they had a total of 8% increase in their total passengers, and I foresee that continuing to grow. We have the second busiest airport in Florida. It ranks in the top 50 in the world for international travel, and is rated as the fastest growing airport in North America, and that's really an accomplishment for our airport. Recently, it was recognized and designated as a foreign trade zone, and it has the highest passenger loads of any airport in the United States for transatlantic travel. And if you take just a look, this airline services continue to grow. We have many airlines out there. Pan American Airlines, which travels to Bangor, Boston, the Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico. Southeast, that goes to Allentown and Gulfport, Newburgh and St. Petersburg. Allegan Air through Laughlin, Nevada. Aeropostal to Caracas, Venezuela, and numerous European charters to Belfast, Birmingham, Cardiff, Dublin, Glasgow, London, Manchester, Newcastle, and Zurich. And we're expecting more and more domestic travel out there, and this airport is prepared to grow and provide the services our business community needs right here in Seminole County. There are approximately 395 acres at the airport for light industrial growth also, not just air travel. And I encourage the business community when they have an opportunity to go out and visit that airport. By extending our road around the airport, Lake Mary Boulevard to 415, this is going to provide additional access to 46 and make the area accessible for additional development. In addition, the county, in processing this through our land use plan, changed the land use on 1,500 acres along this new roadway for light industrial, allowing future commercial investment. And the County Commission has chosen this area as our #1 economic area to focus on in the next few years. The City of Sanford is planning a new wastewater treatment plant, and the new airport master plan will guide the development of the airport over the next 20 years. The airport's economic impact is a great one to Seminole County. 4,600 jobs, 21,000 regional jobs, and over $1.5 billion in economic impact. And we expect that to double over the next several years. In looking at the development of Seminole County and the I-4 corridor, we also felt like it's important for us to look at existing communities, and we're committed to redeveloping these existing communities. And some of the things that we're doing are working with Winter Springs Town Center. That's going to be a beautiful project. The Sanford Front Porch Community and Riverwalk, and the drainage and sidewalk and pavement improvements that we're seeing in the city of Longwood. You know, Seminole County is very fortunate to have the relationships we have with all of our cities. And as a team, your government from the county level and the city level are committed to working to make Seminole County remain the best destination to live and enjoy a quality of life that's second to none. Also, the CRAs that we've developed in the county over the last many years with the city are important to this redevelopment. We have the Altamont Springs Crown Roost CRA, the Sanford Town Center, the Sanford Downtown Waterfront, and the Castleberry CRA. The 1792 corridor is key to the economy. You know, a lot of times when I go to Orlando, I drive 1792 rather than the I-4, and we're focusing on that. And in partnerships with the City of Sanford and Lake Mary and Winter Springs and Castleberry, the 1792 Redevelopment Agency is committed to revitalizing this important corridor. And the purpose of the agency was to develop and implement plans that provide economic opportunities and enhance the property values along this area. In order to accomplish this purpose, public and private partnerships are essential. Over $1.3 million has been appropriated by our CRA for projects along the 1792 corridor, including intersection improvements, mast arm signal conversions, pedestrian crossways, and development partnerships. And most recently, the CRA entered into a partnership with the state of Florida and the city of Sanford in the rehabilitation of the state farmers market to include construction of an open-air public farmers market. The incredible thing about it is the tax base for 1792 has increased over 43% during the past 5 years, from $238 million to $342 million, and we expect to see that to continue to grow and offer opportunities for the business community. You know, the commercial tax base in Seminole County over the last 7 years has increased by 97%. And with the growth of the tax base driven by economic development, Seminole County has been able to lower our millage rate by $0.5 mil since 1991. And you know, this equates to a savings for each homeowner over that period of $388. And county services have continued to expand in number and in quality. And that's what our commission is committed to and has been successful in this way of transferring that problem from the homeowner and balancing our tax base. You know, in serving the community with our cities, partnerships are very important. And most recently, I'm happy to say we were able to consolidate the Seminole County Fire and EMS services with Altamont Springs. And this has saved $9 million over the next 7 years for the city of Altamont and the county. But not only saving money, this is going to eliminate the duplication of services, provide better disaster response, and increase our level of service. And based on the success of this proposal, we're looking forward to working with our other city partners to generate more of these partnerships in the future. First response is that Seminole County has a model that the whole country could emulate. With the addition of Oviedo last October, all 7 municipalities, as well as the Orlando Sanford Airport, now participate in first response. And what does this mean? If there is a need and you call 911, the closest unit's going to arrive, provide those services, whether you live in the county or a city. And I want to thank all of the cities for participating in this, and it is providing the kind of public service that we're responsible for. You know, we've made safety and security a priority over the past year. And after 9/11, we are even more aware here in Seminole County how important our building security issues are, and we formed a task force for security of all of our county facilities. Since 2001, we have added 13 deputy sheriffs, and we've continued to benefit from a low crime index rate, which has been maintained at half the state average. And our Sheriff, Don Esslinger, I must say, is doing a great job for Seminole County. Since 2001, we've added 18 firefighter positions to our public safety staff, along with those 70 new firefighters from Altamont Springs that are now part of Seminole County Fire Division. And we've given them well-deserved and competitive raises. We've addressed the security issues regarding our water. This is a system that we must protect, and a two-phase approach has been implemented to protect this water supply, and construction of these important security upgrades will be completed this year. You know, we're on TV right now, and you know, last year we did this, and I think we repeated it maybe too many times, but you'll get a chance to see this presentation again, and that's thanks to our SGTV. You know, Seminole County's own cable channel is reaching out to our community, and I hope many of you are watching it. How many of you in the audience today have watched SGTV? Would you raise your hand? Are you enjoying what you're seeing? I hope so. You know, the nice thing about SGTV videotaping is we've been able to go into the community and videotape and replay many events. This year we did the Sanford Christmas Parade, Goldsboro Elementary School's Vital Vehicle Day, and this year SGTV will be taping and replaying live performances from the Helen Stairs Theater. So that's something I'm anxious to see. You know, if you haven't been to the Helen Stairs Theater in Sanford, they've got a great program for the arts, and I would encourage you to participate. For a second year in a row, our television station has been nationally recognized and received 4 awards for original programs. And 2 of SGTV's original productions were selected to be broadcast on Channel 24. And SGTV is proof that local government programming can have a positive impact on our community. You know, Randy Morris several years ago talked about the web, and we listened to him, and we all agreed that we needed to get involved in the internet. And Seminole County government has a website, I think, that's second to none. And Seminole County is focused on using the technology to connect to our community. We have partnered with our cities, our constitutional officers, as well as other agencies in the county, and have a metropolitan area network that spans the entire county. The network promotes the connected agencies to share information and resources while enjoying a tremendous cost savings. Seminole County has continued to enhance the information on our website to provide more information and connectivity to the community. Our Planning and Development Department has a new online fee calculator system, so the business community can go in there and see exactly what it costs for building permits, impact fees, plan reviews, and other issues. And it allows you to do that in an easy and quick manner. Having the GIS information online for Seminole County is not new, but the ability for our customers to easily and quickly edit a map that contain the layers of information helps develop maps without needing GIS experts. So I encourage you to go on the web. We put this all together so that you can have an opportunity to deal in the business community and look at properties and get all the information that you feel like you need without coming to county government offices. Our TV programming includes the Board of County Commissioners meetings have available video streaming now on the web so that you can actually look at our broadcast through your internet service, and if you have high-speed connection, we've even offered a more quality product than that. And a new feature was recently added so that you can look at previous meeting items to allow easy reference to prior agenda items that are being discussed. When the county continues to improve its customer-friendly atmosphere, recent efforts have centered on providing convenient and accessible services. In February of last year, the Customer Resource Center was opened at Seminole County, and it's a one-stop shop for all services provided by Planning and Development. And to date, over 7,000 customers have utilized this service. Following on the heels of this success, the board has directed staff to proceed with a rewrite of our county land development code, and this will be the first holistic look at this in over 10 years. And when finished, our code will be easier to understand and will be keeping in the standards current, and plans are that the work to make this document available to the public in an online version will be completed later next year. Further, the Board of County Commissioners has authorized the Planning and Development Department to proceed with a partnership project known as Integrated Planning Services. The IPS program will be a user-friendly way to research everything you might want to know about a property and its surroundings. Users will be able to determine site conditions, allowable uses, development restrictions, the capacities of area roads, and practically anything else that deals with development in this community. And the best part is our customers will be able to access information from the comfort of their own home or office. And those partnering with the Planning and Development are the University of Central Florida, the East Central Florida Regional Planning Council, the Seminole County Property Appraiser's Office, and the County Information Technologies Department. You know, in 2001, the citizens of Seminole County passed the 1-cent sales tax for a second time to address the needs that were identified. And the citizens of our county were very wise in doing that, because Seminole County is leading the region in transportation and schools, and their support of this 1-cent sales tax has a lot to do with that. And we are committed to continuing to create better roads, particularly at the intersections of state road systems. We found that that was an area that would help us in our transportation planning more than anything else, is partnering with the state at these intersections. We're also committed to a substantial sidewalk program, and as I said earlier, relieving overcrowding at our public schools. So we're going to be doing our part here locally to reduce these class sizes and make sure overcrowding is not a problem in Seminole County. After 1 year of revenue, several school traffic safety related projects are underway and at sidewalks, crosswalks, and turning lanes. We've also began 15 major transportation improvement projects that are in design and construction phase, and over the next 10 years, $534 million will be dedicated to transportation and school improvement projects with this 1 cent sales tax. You know, a community is only as good as its poorest families, and Seminole County is working diligently to help some of our lower income families with home ownership assistance. We provided down payment funds to assist 77 families with single-family home purchases. We've approved 66 families for home repair. And we've granted more than $1 million to special needs projects such as the Kids House. And we're partnering on 3 homes with Habitat for Humanity, and your employees of Seminole County government are participating. We've hosted a Seminole County housing fair, and we've counseled 248 families on home ownership. One of the exciting things about Seminole County, it being a small county, is our rural part of the county. And the Natural Lands Program has been a very successful program for Seminole County. Out of the original $20 million referendum passed by the voters in 1990, we have preserved over 6,500 acres of land. And recent and new additions are coming on board. In a partnership with the U.S. Forest Service, to extend the Florida National Scenic Trail. We're continuing in that area. We're involved in the Pine Lock property acquisition and 43 acres, the Jetta Point multi-use project. And the Florida Communities Trust grant for Clifton Springs acquisition is in process. Key to the success of the National Land Program is the volunteer element, and our citizens have been very active in that. And it wouldn't have been able to possible for us to manage these properties without that volunteer effort. And to date, over 1,200 volunteer hours have been logged in our Natural Lands Program. And this program goes a step further by reaching out to students and having them play an important role environmentally in looking at our sensitive lands and see how they participate in our community and what it plays for the quality of life of our community. And to date, over 1,600 students have taken part in these outreach programs. And most recently, a volunteer program was put together called the Air Potato Raid, and that's where they went out and gotten rid of quite a bit of the non-native plants that we see in our natural lands. Our Parks Department is moving forward and continues to work with the Sheriff's Department, and we'll be opening up a brand new park out in the Geneva area in the future, the Eugene Gregory Park. And this park is being named in the honor of one of our Seminole County deputies that was slain in the line of duty. Also, the Board of County Commissioners has authorized that purchase of the Jetta Point property that we spoke about. It's a 40-acre parcel located at the State Road 434 and 417 over by the Longwood Town Center. And this parcel is in the center of the urbanized Seminole County. And currently the site is in the master plan process that proposes a variety of uses from jogging and pavilions and picnic areas and a natural surrounding to include soccer fields and ball fields. And finally, the Board of County Commissioners support the efforts of volunteers. Many citizens and parents participate in youth activities, and we're supportive of that. And in those efforts, we've been able to assist at Soldiers Creek with the Seminole Softball Club and Seminole Pony Baseball, and also with the West Seminole Pony Baseball. As we continue to move forward in our Trails program, the Trails program will connect the county and the cities with connections to schools, natural lands, and county parks. In 2002, last year, we constructed an additional 7.7 miles of trail. Presently, we have trails under design to connect the entire county. And in 2003, we anticipate an additional 6.3 miles of trail to be completed in 2004. And then the following year, an additional 8.5 miles of trail. And by the end of 2005, we anticipate the entire county will be connected with trails from Orange County to Oviedo, Winter Springs, Longwood, Altamont, Lake Mary, and Sanford. And I think many of you have been seeing the construction of our I-4 trail overpass, our suspension bridge that will be completed later this year. And also we plan another bridge crossing 434 for the Seminole Trail overpass, and it will start construction this year and can be completed in 2004. You know, meeting the needs of growth in Seminole County is a balance between growth and quality of life, and we are committed to that balance. Seminole County has continued to develop as an urban community. The quality of life for its citizens continue to be a high priority as this growth occurs. In addressing our community's concerns with our Vision 2020 comprehensive plan, we are committed in Seminole County to preserving and enhancing the community tree canopy and natural vegetation. We are committed to improving the visual quality of streets and highways. We are committed to preserving and protecting our neighborhoods, and we are committed to protect and enhance the rural areas in our community. We're also committed to encourage and include input from the business community, which we've always done and will continue to do, homeowners associations, environmental groups, and interested citizens. These philosophies are supported by our Board of County Commissioners and the adoption of our 2020 comprehensive plan. Further, county staff through their planning process have found important that we educate both internal and external customers for this Vision 2020, and that we align short and long-range business plans with that 2020 plan. You know, you might be seeing along 1792 Seminole County government and our taxpayers are spending a little money on that corridor, and that's our new courthouse. You know, it's been a long time coming. Our population has grown dramatically over the last decade and since we built our last courthouse. The anticipated cost of this project, as you see on the screen, is $47.3 million. The new facility is $44.7 million, and we're going to be renovating our existing courthouse with $2.56 million, where we'll continue to have civil court. Upon completion of this courthouse expansion, it will more than double the existing courthouse space. And this expansion includes a brand new criminal courthouse located at Sanford on U.S. Highway 1792 next to our public safety building. So we will have a campus area there for our public safety, our criminal courts, and our jail. Renovation of the existing downtown courthouse will continue, and construction of the new courthouse we expect to be done in September of 2004. And renovation of the existing courthouse in downtown Sanford completed in 2005. Another element of our expansion of public facilities is our plans to continue with our convention center. The economic and tourist development will be greatly enhanced by our partnership with the City of Sanford in building a 63,000 square foot convention center located on Lake Monroe across from Sanford's new Riverwalk. And this new building will support trade shows, exhibitions, conventions, and of course, the Chamber of Commerce. We've also, history is important to us in Seminole County, and we have been working on our county museum, and I would encourage all of you, if you have an opportunity, to go to 5 Points and take a look at that. And improvements at the museum have been completed, and all of our rooms are now reopened, and these improvements were partially funded by a special grant through the Florida Department of State. Another exhibition building at the site is near completion, and the new exhibitions that showcase Seminole County history are being developed, and the entire complex is scheduled to be open in the spring of this year. You know, water is important, and I'm sure many of y'all have been reading a lot about that. And your Seminole County government has been evaluating this, and we realize it's one of our greatest challenges is to provide good quality, low-cost drinking water. And the county continues to work closely with our water management district to find solutions to our water supply. And one of those partial solutions that we're working on is to utilize water from the St. Johns River as both an irrigation and potable water source if feasible. And that will come in the future. And Seminole County will be a key player in this important issue and make sure that our citizens continue to have the water that we need here in our community. There are a lot of things that are coming forward this year in Seminole County and issues that we need to be addressing. And you've been reading about many of those. And one of those is the Links organization and Metro Plan and the potential consolidation of these organizations. And the challenges of creating a new true regional agency to manage all transit, both bus and rail. And to do that, all of the counties and cities in the region must work together. And I came back from Tallahassee this week with Commissioner Henley, and we spoke to our legislators about that. And Seminole County is committed to being a partner and participating and helping this region with our transportation needs. Other things that we're concerned about, that we're working on, that we're facing is budget and finance. As you've read in the paper, we're looking at some shortfalls in Tallahassee, and we talked about those when we were there. And we are working to make sure that the state does not pass on additional financial burdens to our county here to pay for that we would consider unfunded and mandated. The state is considering passing millions of these dollars to us, both from judicial and juvenile programs and Medicaid. And our county government is on top of these and will continue to make sure that our voice is heard in Tallahassee. And the Board of County Commissioners is committed to addressing these budget shortfalls without any increase in taxes for our citizens. Since I've been on the County Commission, we've never raised the ad valorem tax, and I'm confident that we will not have to do that in the future. And the last thing that we are looking at that I'm sure many of you read about is the Western Beltway. And you probably read about a lot of controversy there. One person that wasn't introduced is our secretary, Mr. Snyder. It's good to see you. If you'd stand and be recognized. Well, I can tell you our district secretary has done a great job for Seminole County. I'm sure he will continue to do that. And he and I will work together along with the Board of County Commissioners to come up with a solution for our transportation planning. And I'm sure a solution is on the horizon for any Western Beltway as it might connect to Seminole County. And we're aware of the need to continue to build on our present successes. And we're ready for that challenge of the future. And the county continues its focus on serving the community at the highest standards. And in pursuit of this, our county staff has developed through strategic planning their vision to be the premier county government in Florida. And your Board of County Commissioners is committed to that. And we need to recognize the service exceeding expectations. That's what we expect from our staff, and they will deliver. And their mission of serving the community to improve the quality of life. These are the things we want our government to do to provide those services and quality of life and opportunities for business growth in the community. And I look forward to working with each and every one of you over the next year. And I'm committed to making sure Seminole County stays in the place it deserves to be, and that is the #1 county in Seminole County, in the state of Florida. Thank you very much.